In today's video, we're going to be talking about a Neville Goddard technique that I stumbled across that I wanted to share with you guys. A Neville Goddard technique to manifest love into your life. Now, I know a lot of you here are either here because you stumbled across my how to get your ex back videos, or manifesting love or connections back into your life, fits in relationships and stuff like that. Well, this technique is something that you can use for maybe an old love connection that you want to fix, manifesting somebody new into your life, somebody who maybe you're dealing with right now that you want to build a stronger connection with. And before we get started, I want to read a quick testimonial that applies to this subject to give you a little motivation. This is something that someone sent into me. It says, "Dear Love Gal, thank you for the guide on how to manifest a call, text from someone specific. I do believe in scripting, and I have been doing it for quite some time before purchasing your in-depth scripting technique. But boy, when I tell you this worked, it worked. Oh my gosh, I'm really grateful. Thank you so very much." And that one reminds me of my favorite one on this subject. I recently bought your packet for a text or call from someone last Sunday, and let me tell you, I am shocked. It worked only 2 days after finishing it. Let me tell you beforehand, I had muted this person so I wouldn't be obsessed and to let go and let the universe work its magic. I completed the full packet on Wednesday night, and I kid you not, Friday night I received a notification from my person on my phone. Keep in mind that I muted their notifications and yet it somehow bypassed the system. Thanks, universe, and let that notification go through on my phone. Your manifestation packet is a blessing and I will buy more. It showed me results within days. I am so thankful I invested in the packet. It helped me break the ice between me and them tremendously. All of my law of attraction tools are going to be linked in my description box. Everything is for instant download, so you can download it no matter where you are in the world. I have my How to Manifest ebook and my guided scripting sheets, which they were talking about. And I have a whole entire bundle, Raise Your Vibration audio, and much more. Have a ball with that. So let's get into the video. I can vouch for this technique because I remember doing this technique years ago when me and my boyfriend broke up. But I had no idea who Neville Goddard was. I have no idea who Abraham Hicks was. I hadn't even read The Secret at that point. I'm just going through the motions by myself. So when I read about this technique, I was like, hey, that works. Let me read you what Neville Goddard said, but before, there's a couple quotes that I want you to keep in mind. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. You guys love when I sum stuff up. Get into the feeling of already having what you want to manifest, and your higher self and the universe, God, is going to guide you to getting that thing. You may come up with an idea. Sometimes I wake up at 3 in the morning and look on my phone and there's something that pertains to what I need to get the manifestation done. Stuff like that. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. So I just want you to keep that in mind. And also another quote is, imagination and faith are the secrets of creation. That's why on this channel I am so big on visualization, because your imagination creates your reality. Visualizing goes hand in hand with the law of assumption. You're assuming that it's already done. How to manifest love, whether it's old love, new love, current love, whatever it is. So I ran across a quote from Neville Goddard, and he was dating someone new and he wanted to take it to the next level, but there were limitations in place. Let me just read what he said, and then I'll go into explaining the technique and stuff like that. When I decided to marry the lady who now bears my name, I applied this principle. At the time, I was terribly involved. I had married at the age of 18 and became a father at 19. We separated that year, but I never sought a divorce. Therefore, my separation was not legal in the state of New York. 16 years later, when I fell in love and wanted to marry my present wife, I decided to sleep as though we were married. While sleeping physically in my hotel room, I slept imaginatively I'm about to butcher this word. Imaginatively. Don't kill me in the comments. I slept imaginatively in my apartment. She in one bed and I in another. My dancing partner did not want me to marry, so she told my wife that I will be seeking a divorce and to make herself scarce, which she did, taking up resistance in another state. But I persisted. Night after night, I slept in the assumption that I was happily married to the girl I love. But to sum it up, Neville Goddard got married when he was young. He had a child when he was young, but he never bothered to actually go through with the divorce. He was separated, but it wasn't legally separated. Fast forward, he meets the woman who he wants to marry, but his dancing partner was in Shorty's ear and was like, hey, da 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 da. So that caused resistance between the two. But he knew he really wanted to marry his wife. So at night, before he goes to sleep, night after night, he persisted in imagining them two actually getting married. Like I said, the quote before I read that, imagination and faith are the secrets to creation. He used his imagination to visualize over and over again that him and his wife would be married. And he kept his faith that it would really happen, regardless of the resistance that was placed in between the two by a third party. What I want you to do, maybe you have met somebody and deep down in your little heart, you just know that this person is for you, or you know deep down there is someone out there for you. What I want you to do, regardless if you know what this person looks like before, the intent is the person. I want you to create, what do you want this person to look like? What do you want this person to be like? Where do you want this person to be from? Get specific. I do have a scripting packet for that, like manifesting your dream person. I ask questions like, what do they look like? What are their hobbies? You know, stuff like that. So in case you don't have an actual person, think of what you want that person to be like first. But in case that you do already know who this person is and you just kind of want to build a stronger bond with this person, do what Neville Goddard did. Create a scenario in which you guys are together. A scenario where you two guys are happy, in love, really getting along, much further along in your relationship, etc., etc., etc. And you persist in that state over and over and over again. Do it every night before you go to sleep. And while you're falling asleep, what you're doing is you're feeding your subconscious mind. And you remember the quote, the first quote I read, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. So if you're assuming, that's what you're doing with your imagination. You're creating a scenario from the end as if it's already happened. That's assuming your wish fulfilled is already done. And pay attention to the signs on what you need to do next. Maybe you're going to be presented with a date. Or if you haven't met this person, you're going to end up meeting this person at the grocery store at the right place, the right time, etc. Give you a quick rundown of my own situation. My situation, it's not even a situation. My boyfriend and I have been back together going on almost a year and a half. But when we were younger, we had broke up and I was just devastated. I was devastated. I love my man. You know what I'm saying? But we had broke up and I had found myself, the way I would be able to go to sleep is thinking about him being there with me. And oh, it sounds so pathetic. I ain't gonna lie, it does. Before I would go to sleep, I would imagine him being there with me and cuddling, and we're happy still and we're still in a relationship. He's being like super nice and da 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 da. I was falling asleep with that a lot, and eventually it came into fruition. It wasn't until I would say at least 3-4 years after that that I even discovered manifestation. So I was just doing it to comfort myself so I could fall asleep because I didn't want to be upset, crying and stuff like that. The technique does work. Like I said, if you don't have a person, create your person first and then go through with your scenario of how you want your relationship to be, and eventually you will meet that person. They say whatever you want wants you is going to come together. But persist in that state before you go to bed. Assume that it's already done. Assume you guys are already back in communication or whatever you want the outcome to be. I had to share that. I was like, oh, that's so sweet when I found it. But I am Amber with thelovegal.com and youtube.com/thelovegal. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notification bell to get notified about when I drop new content and videos like these. Attraction tools are going to be found in my description box. The first link, if you scroll down a little more, you'll see everything listed out as well. And until next time.